Welcome to Plant-Based in the Burbs, helping you get more plants on your plate. I am Paige Parsons Roach, and this is
I'm Sherri. You guys, welcome into our kitchen. What's going on, Paige?
we're getting some greens on today, aren't we? I'm very excited about this. What you got there?
Yes. So, what are you making?
I'm going to make a delicious ramen bowl. I know you can always change them up, and so I'm going to show people how you can get some new things in there with some roasted veggies. And I wanted to just make a mention of these greens. This spinach was looking sad. I doused it with the cold water, and don't throw out your sad greens. Douse them with water or put them in some ice water to wake them up. So that's what's going on here. This is going to go into my ramen bowl. What about you? What you got there?
You know what? It's interesting you're making a bowl. I am making sweet and sour tofu with rice. That's basically it. Just a nice little bowl. But we're going to use these beautiful green scallions or green onions, whatever you want to call them. They're going to be the topping of our dish. But I'm just going to get right into it because I need to start cooking.
Let me take it to you because my grilled veggies, we don't want them to burn. So go back to you. I'm going to go grab them out of the oven.
Okay. Hey, guys, what's going on? All right, look, I have some tofu in this bowl. So what I did was I pressed my tofu for about 30 minutes. I wanted to make sure that I got all the water out of tofu. You can find press everywhere. I mean, I used to do it old fashioned by stacking a couple of cast iron skillets on top of my tofu or just wrap it up in paper towel and a towel and just let it sit for 30 minutes. But the tofu press is a game changer. So if you're able to get one of those, I would suggest you do that. So I'm just going to heat up my skillet. I'm using some grapeseed oil in my skillet. So we're just going to make sure we have enough in there to brown the tofu. About 1/4 cup is what the recipe calls. This recipe that I'm using was inspired by Jessica in the Kitchen. So I'm going to give a shout out to Jessica in the Kitchen. I am using your recipe today. I do use different varieties of recipes when I'm trying to do something new or it's a staple that I normally cook. I usually try somebody else's recipe just because it gives me a change, something different to do. So I'm going to go ahead and let this skillet warm up. But what I did with my tofu was after I pressed it, I seasoned it with garlic powder, onion powder, a little secret sauce, the seasoning I like to put in there, some paprika, and then I took some cornstarch and put it in the bowl, and then I shook everything up. So I want it to be really nice and coated so we can get a nice crispy tofu. And then we're going to set that aside, and then we're going to go ahead and do our vegetables, which are yellow bell peppers. I did yellow bell peppers, red bell peppers, and red onions. So what we're going to use. And of course, fresh pineapple. So that's what we're going to put in there. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Go ahead, Paige, and show them what you got over there.
Pineapple would be really good with what I'm making. So,
oh yeah, that looks good.
Let me just say, you can make your grilled vegetables into kebabs and put them onto your grill. I put these into my small toaster oven, y'all. And let me tell you, you're basically going to get whatever you got and work with those. So I had some cherry tomatoes I got from the farmer's market, some broccoli, some red pepper, also some onions, some purple onions, as well as what else do I have in here? Oh, sweet potato. So I want to give a shout out to Sweet Potato Soul because this dish reminds me of her, and she's an amazing chef. Check her out. Check out her Instagram, Sweet Potato Soul, and she makes a lot of great recipes with sweet potatoes, sweet po's. So, okay, so that's what I did is I literally just cut everything up into bite sizes, added them to the pan with some garlic, a little bit of garlic salt, just a little bit of pepper, and some coconut aminos. What did I put on the pan? I put a little bit of spray of a safflower oil. You want to get a high heat oil if you're going to use it, or the spray. Definitely, there's certain ones you want to stay away from, but I'm going to tell you, wow. And this is going to go into my bowl. I'm so excited. Now, I wanted to tell you that each week, every time you see our show, each show, I'm going to give you some eco tips, and Sherri's going to drop you down some fitness and health tips. So I've been an eco vegan now I've been somebody in the environmental space for about 25 years, and I've been an eco-vegan for 6, and I love to bring those eco tips to you. So hang tight. You're going to hear some more in a moment. Let's go back to both of us for a moment here. Sherri,
that's so great. I love hearing your tips too, by the way, because it just, triggers my brain to start thinking about how the products that I'm using in the environment and how it's affecting the environment. So it's always good to have those reminders, because Paige would give me a lot of reminders, especially a long time ago when we first met. We both worked in the gym together, and Paige would come in with her basket with all her straws and bamboos, and I was so unaware. But you know what? She was so knowledgeable and made me just start thinking about eliminating plastic water bottles. So I got a flask and start carrying a flask, So, just all these little bitty small changes can make a huge difference.
Okay, wait. I just have to give an eco tip on this real quick. Instead of throwing out your broccoli stem, cut it up really small and add it to this. The broccoli and the stems of your kale and your spinach and all your greens.
All the greens, yeah.
Good and full of nutrients for you. So don't throw them out because you're just used to seeing the little flowers on the top. Nope. So you can cut them up real small and add them to it, and they're just nice and crunchy. So back to you.
Okay. So right now I'm just frying up this tofu. I'm waiting for it to get a little crunchy. It's doing its thing. So I want to move this out of the way. I pre-prepped already, so I kind of cut up all my veggies. But like I had mentioned before, we have our bell peppers, yellow and red. Love these things. They're just super full of vitamin C, high vitamin C. Red onions or purple onions, whatever you choose to call. I love to say red, so that's what I'm going with. And then I have some pineapple that I cut up and have it all ready to go. So once this tofu gets nice and crunchy, then I'm going to go ahead and put the veggies in. Hi, Tom. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Tina. Welcome.
And we have some new friends here today. Hey, Troy. How you doing?
Hi, Troy.
Yep. All the way from Maryland. Wonderful.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. And Amira's here today. Hi. She loves to eat broccoli stems. Amazing. Oh, put them in your veggie broth. Nice.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Great idea. Yeah. I love getting all these tips, because there's a lot of things we don't know. We're learning as we go on this plant-based journey or vegan journey, you want to call it. It's just always learning new things, new recipes, new foods. It's just amazing. I just love it.
Okay, so I have a couple things to show everybody, and we can have you cooking in the background over there as well.
Okay, that's great.
Also, Sherri, check it out. I am growing my own romaine.
Oh, now, you showed me last time.
Look how tall it is. That's edible right there. So you take the bottom of your romaine, cut it off in some water. Just try it out. Now, here's my cute little celery trying to grow up there. Do you see her?
Yes. I love it.
Now, I want to say that in California, it's illegal now. Like, you have to put your stuff out of the trash because it creates methane, your food scraps. So just keep a jar next to you while you're cooking and shopping and things. And you can see what I was working with today. And actually, some people, what they do, I would take the lemon out, but I suppose I could put that in, make a broth out of these leftovers. They throw it in a boil it up in some water, steam it a little bit, or, let it kind of just simmer, and then strain it, and you've got a great veggie broth. So just in case you want to do that, I would keep the lemon in there. It might add a nice little bit of lemon. So there's another a little kick to it. There's another eco tip for you. So yeah. All right. So how is that tofu coming along?
It's coming along. It takes a little minute, about the recipe calls for 5 to 8 minutes. So I like to have mine toasty, nice and brown. So we're just waiting for it to do its thing. You can't rush the process. You want to make sure you got some good stuff here. You want to eat this. You want it to be eatable. So eatable. So
oh, that is so cute. So Herbert, hi Herbert. Amira says she has a compost jar next to her counter, and Tom says he gives his broccoli stems to the dog next door. Okay,
wow,
loving that.
I do too. Wow.
Ooh. All right, back to both of us here. We're just giving the full stream ahead All right, now you may notice, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Other eco tips though is do your own hair color. Okay, maybe you don't color, but I do. This one is fantastic. You know, I don't work for them or anything, but it does say vegan friendly for on the side, so you want to make sure. But that keeps things at home. I don't travel somewhere to go and get my do done, and you never know what color it's going to turn out as. For fun. Anyway, I'm having some fun with this sort of.
I think it looks great. Look, this is the thing, you make your own choices on how you want to do your hair, and coloring your hair is great. I've been doing it for a long time, but I've gotten to the point now. I'm just like, you know what? I can't. I'm done. So yes. we got to grow out what's coming out. So.
Okay, well, back to this. I want to say the bottom of my poke bowl is going to include not potatoes today, but you could do potatoes or rice. Okay, Sherri, you're not going to believe where this landed. Okay, I'm just... we always add a little element of surprise.
We want to just know if they're watching. That's all. We just want to make sure that we're grabbing their attention through the whole process of cooking this food. And Paige the goat on getting your attention.
I didn't even know the bag was open and it's just spilling out. So there you have it. But I want to say another great option for you all. Okay. Because who wants to spend hours and hours in the kitchen, right? So make some noodles if you like, make some rice beforehand, have it as a batch opportunity. So this was used. We use this in a different dish. These little noodles. These are going to go on the bottom of the bowl of the poke bowl today. We're going to have noodles on the bottom. So
that's a great idea.
Did I call it a poke bowl? I didn't mean poke bowl. It's more of a ramen bowl.
A ramen bowl of vegan ramen mama bowl. That
a savory bowl, an eco vegan bowl. You name it. Okay. Over to you, Sherri, and don't forget, you're going to get some health tips in a minute. You're going to get some tips. Right. So
I there's so many health tips, but my go-to health tips are, and the reason why I give these health tips, I've been in the fitness industry for maybe 12, 15 years. I am a personal trainer. I'm certified in that. And that's what I do when I'm not on this beautiful show. And the three things that I see that most people have a challenge with is one, drinking water. Keeping yourself hydrated. That's the key. You'll be surprised how long people can go throughout the day without even drinking a glass of water. Or, soda doesn't count because it's full of sugar, full of empty calories. That doesn't count. But you need to drink things that are going to hydrate your body. And if you don't like to drink, find a way to make your drink. Like add some fruit into your drink, or if you like sour, add some lemons into your drink, cucumbers, mints, whatever it takes to get you to hydrate your body. Because most people believe that they're hungry when they really are thirsty. So that's one thing that I always suggest to people. Secondly is to get enough sleep. We're so sleep deprived that everyone believes that we need to be multitasking and getting up early so that we can get more things done. But we actually need the rest so that our body can revitalize, regenerate, get rid of these cells, get these cells ready and active to go in the next morning, and your body's going to work at its ultimate. Lastly, well, I got a lot more, but the last one that I'm going to say is we did sleep, we did hydration, move your body. Move your body. I say at least 30 minutes is what my go-to is for people to get people motivated and get them to start. If you can just do 30 minutes out of a 24-hour day, which is nothing, and start moving and try to create that habit of doing some type of movement that's going to elevate your heart rate, that's going to promote sweat, that's going to get those endorphins pumped up where you feel like you on cloud 9, because that's what it does to me. It's like, it makes me feel super good. Those are things that you want to try to incorporate into your lifestyle. It should be a way of life. And so that's all I got to say.
What? Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Well, okay, wait, hold on.
No.
I know. So So before my dog takes everything down here in the kitchen, she's underneath here. She sees all this go. I gotta say, in between that time, you inspired me to put raspberries in my drink. And what's fun is it's gonna turn pink. So having a little
beautiful. That's nice.
Frozen berries. Now, here's another tip I gotta tell you.
That's a good one. Frozen berries.
Online here today is that right now, when these fruits are in season, you've got the raspberries, the blackberries, the strawberries, the watermelon. You're going to cut them up and put them in the freezer. Freeze them now, or freeze them before the end of the summertime here. That's in United States, whatever's in season in your region, in your state. Freeze them fresh because you can use them in the summer, winter for us, fall, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Take it in the season, freeze it. And did you know that frozen vegetables are also amazing for you? I used to think frozen wasn't good. Well, that's if they add anything to it, like milk powder or sodium or anything.
When you can freeze dry that flash freeze them, you still have all your nutrients. Right?
See y'all. Okay, now we got this poke bowl coming together. This is a huge bowl. My husband's loves, it's not too much, it's just enough. So we put all the delicious vegetables right here, all the grilled veggies in there, right? Okay, now what are we going to do next? We are going to take that spinach, and we are not going to do much with it, but we're just going to kind of break it up into pieces, including the stems, because the stems, y'all, that has a lot of nutrients in there. Don't forget about those stems. So we're just going to put the whole thing into, we're going to put
over here.
What's happening over there? Something's sizzling. Are we sizzling?
I'm sizzling.
We're including you because we like to hear the sound.
I'm sizzling over here. Sizzling.
Okay, wait. Tina says frozen is better. Tom, what are you saying? What about? What? What? As Tab said, it's a gift to move your body. Oh yeah, Tabitha Brown.
Yes, it is.
You don't know who Tabitha Brown is, y'all? Go check out who Tabitha Brown is. Okay, she is America's sweetheart, vegan. Yeah. Her book is amazing. You can get it on audio. I've been listening and reading. It's whenever I can, I get a little tab going on in my life. She's all about it's your business. And also, if you're go on and have a good day, but if you can't, don't go mess up anybody else's. I love that. Right. Pretty much. I paraphrased it.
Yeah. Don't be messing up my day.
So
sorry.
All right, y'all. Well, look, check this out. Now, are you all familiar with UnchainedTV? You can download that app, y'all. You can get it. We have shows over there. So head on over to that streaming service. This is here right now, and we are so happy to bring you this show right here, right now, and over to you, Sherri.
Okay, so I am looking at my recipe to make sure that I'm combining everything in the bowl for the sweet and sour sauce. So right now in the skillet, as you can see, I have our veggies, right? And I'm cooking these. We're going to cook these until the onions get a little translucent. I did a chop, like a big chop, because you want to be able to have all those different textures when you're eating this sweet and sour. So you want to be able to taste the pineapples. You want the onions big enough so you can get the flavor of the onions and the bell pepper. So we're just cooking those up a little bit. And then in the bowl, we're going to make the sauce. So in my sauce here, in my bowl, I have, let me just show you one more time. In the bowl, I have ketchup, sugar, rice vinegar, water, which is good. I read that. See how you read it? So read that. Water, and we're going to stir this all up. We're going to add a little bit of garlic powder in that. And then once the vegetables get to our liking, then I'm going to go ahead and add the sauce to the vegetables. And we're going to boil that up a little bit so it starts to thicken up. Then we'll throw the tofu in there, and then that's basically it. So it really is a quick recipe. And the tofu came out, nice and crunchy. So
that sounds good. Mm-hmm. Okay, now I just want to point out a couple things, Sherri, because I think it's really fun when we show options to people, right? So you're making tofu, which we could definitely add onto my poke bowl, my bowl. I keep calling it that's not a poke. It's just a bowl, folks, a savory bowl. I absolutely love these plant-based grilled strips from
I have not tried those yet.
These are so good. And I found I can bake them or you can put them into the skillet. A lot of different options with that. Okay, maybe you want something crunchy. These are so unbelievably delicious. Great for the kids as well. You would never know. And then, or maybe you want to do something like a pineapple meatball. How fun would that be in your summer bowl, right? Your summer savory bowl. So I like that. Summer savory bowl.
Oh.
Say it with me. Summer savory bowl. Okay.
That's the one thing about this, the way of eating is that there's such a variety of a way you can do it. That looks great.
Now they look gorgeous. Now, let me just say a couple of things you can put on here, right? You could put some fruit. You could put mango. You can also, another tip, y'all. When you're at the grocery store or a farmer's market, do your best to get the paper ones like this or something that is not in plastic, okay? And then you can take it home and put it into a jar. This happened to be a little juice that got to go, and you can throw them in there. That's another little tip for you. But let me say that you could also add some nuts, y'all, nuts and seeds. So we have some sliced almonds for a crunch, or these are also sliced. So this is like thinly, just different types for crunchy crunch. Maybe you want to add some walnuts, really good for the heart. Perhaps you want to put some pecans, or Brazil nuts are also great for your heart. Amazing. High in protein and scrumptious. Yeah. So, and let's not forget the seeds. Maybe you want to put some seeds on there, some omega-3s, get your seeds in there. So lots of options to make these, these bowls extra scrumptious.
Yeah. And you know what? Nuts are so great anyway. You talked about the walnut. The walnut looks like the brain. That's what it's taken care of, is the brain. So these nuts are really, really nutritious for your body. They're important to eat in your diet. A lot of people say, don't eat nuts, they're fattening. They have good fat. So, and like everything else, you have to eat everything in moderation, regardless of what it is, because, you can be a vegan junk food junkie. We can really take it there as well. Just because you're vegan and you're not eating healthy, but if you're eating all junk food, it's basically the same thing, right? So, you really want to be aware of what you're putting in your body.
Okay. Well, and Tom asked me about the farmer's market. No, I did not go today, but let me tell you, these lasted a while. They last longer if you don't get them in the traditional grocery store. And that's because they've been transported when you get in the traditional grocery store. And hey, I'm not knocking. I'm just saying, do your best to buy from the growers in your local area. If you are able, get the organic if you are able, and in paper like this, or just bring your own bags and then, or jars, and then put them into a jar. Now, the other tip I have for you, oh my gosh, I don't want to forget, you can put the stems of your carrots and the celery in, like the ones you're going to chomp down on, right? Into water to keep them even fresher. So get a big mason jar, stick them in the bottom, just so you know. That's a great way to go about it. Now, I wanted to say I've got a couple of carrots here from the farmer's market, and what I like to do is I like to make them into ribbons. So I'm going to do that to add a little.
I love carrots.
To the top of the bowl. I like to do warm and raw. You know what I mean? Some cooked raw in there. So I don't know about you all. How about you? And I got a question for you all who are watching out there. What's your favorite summer fruit? What's your favorite delicious summer fruit? Let me hear you tell, no matter what season you're in, wherever you are in the world, tell us your favorite fruit right now, right in the chat. What? Yes.
What is your favorite summer fruit?
My favorite, okay, watermelon.
Oh, it's mine. I love watermelons. My favorite.
I'll be right back because I have something to show everybody. We got to go get it. So over to you, Sherri.
Okay, so I'm cooking up the tofu. I did add it to the skillet. Again, this is the first time I've used this recipe. So I'm just going to give you like a little eye view of what it looks like right at the moment. So that's what we have right now, the tofu, the yellow bell peppers, the red onions. So we're going to cook it up a little bit because we want the sauce to get just a little thicker. So we're going to let that cook up a little bit. What I did prepare before was I made some jasmine brown rice. earlier. So this is going to be the bottom of our bowl. And then once we top the tofu, we're going to cut up a little bit of green onions, sprinkle over the top because it gives it that little je ne sais quoi. And we're going to do that. And we're going to sprinkle some, what am I sprinkling on there? Some sesame seeds. That's what I'm sprinkling on there. So
I love it. I love it. Okay, now my other favorite is
is that papaya?
It's papaya. Let me tell you, I usually like lime, but I don't have any lime. I just have a lemon tree, so I'm going to squeeze a lemon on there. But the lime and the coconut, the lime
and the coconut
in the papaya. So I don't eat the seeds. Some people do eat the seeds. I don't, but I guess you could.
Okay. So I think the only time I don't think I've ever had papaya.
What? It is so good. And it's so nutritious for you. It's full of vitamins and nutrients and so forth. So
I don't think I even know how to pick a ripe papaya.
Okay. Well, just not too squishy. And if it gets hard, you can just leave it out on the counter to ripen. But lime, I'm going to try it with a lemon later.
Okay.
But I will tell you the lime with it. I learned that when I was in Hawaii. Anybody else? Yeah, the lime and the coconut and mix it all up.
Yeah, the lime and the coconut and mix it all up. That's right.
The lime and the coconut. All right, but anyway, this is one of my favorites too. I love papaya. I also love a juicy mango. Anyone else some mango lovers out there?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. You turned me on to mango. So I really didn't have mangoes either. Growing up where I grew, you only had the basic fruit: apples, oranges, bananas, strawberries, blueberries. So.
Okay, let me tell you something. You got to come over, and here's why. We'll go for a walk. I was on a long walk the other day. You never know what you're going to be able to forage. Walking along the street, a public street, I look over, blackberries. No kidding, Sherri. I brought Donnie back over there just the other day, and they're not going anywhere. They're all over the hillside, wide open for anyone. It does not say do not pick. It is like, welcome. You live in the neighborhood. Go for it. And you get them, you reach underneath where it's a little darker, and you get the really, really fat ones that are black, like blackberries, right? They fall into your hand, and you can just eat them like this. Oh.
Now where I grew up in Compton, there was an area that there was a lot of fruit that grew there. But what we ate a lot when I was little growing up was sugar cane.
Well, wait, so how'd you get that fresh?
It grew. It just grew there, and we would just cut it down.
Really? You're in California? What?
In California, we would eat sugar cane. Yes,
that's astonishing because I grew up in California too.
But so now where I was,
I understand, and and that's amazing.
In that area, there used to have a lot of farmland, and people were growing. They had huge properties. And who knows if they were growing it there. We used to cut it, slice it down the center, and we would suck on it. So, we used to get sugar cane.
That's extraordinary. I love that because I always thought that it just grew in Hawaii.
No.
Okay. Wow. Right. Let's show your bowl up close and personal.
Up close. Well, I got to find the camera first. Up close and personal. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's my little tofu bowl with some jasmine rice, little tofu, vegetables. That's it. Super simple. And listen, this is a very cost-effective meal. You hear a lot of people talk about being plant-based is expensive. Well, it can be if you buy a lot of alternatives. But tofu is, you can get that organic tofu for $1, $2, bell peppers, onions. Literally, you can buy all the veggies for this under $10. And the rice may be the most expensive thing in your bowl when you buy that bag if you're trying to go with organic brown rice. But this bowl didn't cost that much money. And I have enough to feed 4 or 5 people off of 1 block of tofu. So I don't think it's that expensive if you pick the right things to buy. Most of your vegetables, your legumes, some of your grains, they're not that very expensive. If you buy a bag, they last you long. So of course, if you pay $5 for the bag, it's going to last you much longer than one serving. So, so I beg to differ that eating the plant-based lifestyle is expensive. As long as you're eating your vegetables and you're cooking at home, it's very cost effective. That's my take.
And look at those chopsticks. I'm so impressed you have some at home. So
my
fun.
girlfriend, one of my really good friends, you know, my friend Stacy, went to China, and this is the gift that she brought back. Was she bought me a whole little box with my own personal chopsticks and my little chopstick holder. So I thought I'll just bring this out in remembrance of her, and you know, that's makes me happy.
Makes me happy too.
Yeah.
So I did the ribbons on the salad, y'all. It's easy. You just take your, take your grater and grate it and make the pretty ribbons. And I want to tell you, we're going to do some dressing now. You can make your own dressing, but I do have some recommendations. A nice ranch from Follow Your Heart is delish.
Love it.
Time to make your own. You do, or like the Annie shiitake. This is one of my favorites, shiitake sesame. You could also put some coconut aminos straight on there. You could also do a nice balsamic.
And I like to make my tahini. I like to make a tahini dressing. Sound like someone's at my door.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. Hello. So yeah, someone did come in. So anyway, I love to make a tahini dressing on my salad sometimes. Tahini is also good. Those are sesame seeds. Those are very high in nutrients. So you can make your own salad at home. It's super quick. You know, tahini, lemon, a little bit of water, blend it all up. You got an amazing salad. So
yum. I love it. So yeah.
Salad dressing. Yes.
Hey, and the neighbors are hungry. They're knocking down at your door there, Sherri.
They are, Tom. They are. I gotta fight them back, man. I gotta fight them back.
No reason not to go vegan. We just appreciate you all so much. And hey, come on in, make those changes, make those swaps, get more plants on your plate. That's what we're all about. Some eco tips as well as we go along, and health tips, fitness tips. You got it.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, it's great. I'm just glad you guys come in, share your tips for us so that we can learn something new, as well as us showing some different recipes for you guys. So it is a give experience.
Yes. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody, and peace and plants.
Peace and plants. Like, I can't do that. Peace and plants. Bye, everyone. Take care.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Next time. Bye.